Hi everyone, it's Tara Bianca with Light Transformative Therapy, and today I want to talk a little bit about the difference between a breathing technique and your daily functional breath. Before we jump in, a shout out of gratitude is very much in order. So today is my birthday, and so many of you helped to give me the most amazing birthday present of helping me to cross 20,000 subscribers on my channel. It actually happened 2 days ago on Wednesday, and this was really the birthday present that I was wanting more than anything else. So really, to all of you who have been gracious enough to subscribe to the channel and to also continue to support the channel in all kinds of ways, really, I want you to know how much I absolutely appreciate you. Thank you so much. And as a token of gratitude for helping me to reach that goal, I have some brand new programming that I plan to release next week, all around the topic of helping to mitigate symptoms of chronic stress and anxiety. I hope you'll check the new programming out. Please keep your eyes and ears peeled. Okay, so back to the topic at hand. There's a lot of different breathing techniques out there nowadays, and it gets really confusing because I'm starting to feel like they're becoming a bit like supplements or herbs or superfoods, or maybe some trendy exercise technique where your friend will come up to you and be like, "Yo, did you try out that new breathing technique?" And you're like, "No, I never even heard of that breathing technique." And they're like, "You've got to try this technique. It'll change your life." And you're just like, "Wow, okay, it sounds cool. Maybe I'll try that technique." And while I think it's great that people are getting more and more hip to the power of their breath and really openly sharing their experiences with these different breathing methods, I also know that a lot is getting lost in translation. Normally, when we recommend something to our friends, it's usually due to one of two reasons. Number one, we ourselves had an awesome experience with this technique and we genuinely want them to have the same, even though we have no idea how they're going to respond, and in all likelihood, they're probably not going to have a similar response to us at all. Or number two, we tend to promote the most well-known, the most trendy, the most fashionable technique out there, the one that's getting all the attention, because if it's getting a lot of attention, it must be great, right? The thing is that every breathing technique has a different intention or a different purpose, and not every technique is right for everybody. In fact, some breathing techniques are outright just wrong for certain people. So just because someone is having an issue with their breathing, or with their mood, or with their stress levels, doesn't mean you can just willy-nilly assign any old breathing technique to them and expect them to get a positive result. Just like with exercise, or herbs, or supplements, or pharmaceuticals, we have to consider, number one, if this breathing technique is the appropriate prescription, so to speak, to actually match the symptoms that this particular individual is experiencing. And number two, intensity, duration, frequency. They're not going to be doing this breathing technique all day, every day, forever, right? So what's the plan? The point is, many of these breathing techniques out there are designed to be done infrequently, short term. A number of them are a little bit intense in nature, and all of these factors are designed to elicit a specific response in the body. Also, some of these more intense breathing exercises do come with their fair share of contraindications as well, meaning they're not appropriate for everyone and they're not even safe for everyone. So please be mindful. So breathing techniques can really run the gamut in terms of their variability. You may be asked to breathe in and out through your mouth exclusively, or you may be asked to breathe in and out through your nose exclusively. You may be asked to breathe really, really fast, or you may be asked to breathe really, really slowly. You may be asked to hold your breath for an incredibly long time, or you may be asked to consciously hyperventilate. So with these various breathing techniques, anything is possible. And as long as it's not contraindicated for you, that's okay. Because again, these breathing techniques are being done short term and in order to elicit a specific response in the body. These breathing techniques are not being done 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So then what kind of breathing is being done 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? So if the typical breathing technique is something that's practiced for maybe 10 or 30 or 60 minutes, then what is happening with our breath for the other 23 hours and 30 minutes of each day? This is where we start to make the distinction and the differentiation going into the topic of daily functional breathing, meaning how are you breathing those 20,000 or so breaths each day? What do they look like? What do they feel like? And most importantly, what response are those breaths eliciting in your body? Because whether you're aware of it or not, your breathing, the way that you are breathing, is always eliciting a specific response. Truly functional breathing for daily life is not variable in the way that short-term breathing techniques are. In fact, for daily functional breathing, we have some very straightforward recommendations in order to help really optimize the functionality and efficiency of your breathing for long-term health and performance. I'm going to give you 5 recommendations right now. Number 1, your daily functional breathing is nasal. This is indisputable. Please save the mouth breathing for your special short-term techniques or for extremely high intensity. Number 2, your daily functional breathing is slow. How slow? Slower than you think. What rate are you breathing at right now? Good. Now breathe a little bit slower. Number 3, your daily functional breathing should be deep, low in the body. Truly deep, not big. If there's any confusion around this, you can check out this video right here for some clarification. Number 4, your daily functional breathing should be quiet. You should not be able to hear yourself breathing, and I definitely should not be hearing you breathing. And then number 5, your daily functional breathing should be light. Think easy, effortless, almost imperceptible. As long as there are no contraindications or precautions for you, then go ahead and try out any breathing technique you want. But I really recommend always going into any new breathing technique truly understanding that technique's intention and its purpose. And make sure that its purpose is aligned with your particular needs. Don't just do it because your friend thinks it's cool. Also, always take a few minutes after your breathing technique to really assess if it was a valuable experience for you and something that is worth repeating. And then most importantly, as soon as you finish that short-term breathing technique, make sure that you get immediately back into your daily functional breathing. Because I can assure you that how you are breathing for 23.5 hours throughout your day has much more profound health implications than whatever breathing technique you decide to practice for 30 minutes each day. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel. And I want to give one more enormous thank you to all of you who helped me to reach my goal of 20,000 subscribers on my channel by my birthday. So thank you so much. Also, if you're looking for a more structured breath program, please make sure you check out my totally free Breath Basics 6-day challenge. And if you'd like to have more live FaceTime with me, including live monthly Q&As and also live monthly community breath sessions, then please consider joining my private online Be Light community. And lastly, if you'd like to further support my channel and the work that I do here, you may do so by either visiting my new Be Light store or by visiting my Buy Me a Coffee page. I have some brand new programming coming out next week about how to mitigate anxiety using specific self-care tools. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.